technical difficulties. Sometimes the reception in my house just for no reason goes out, but it took me off Wi-Fi, so hopefully you guys will rejoin me and we'll finish up here. If not, you'll see this here later in the event. I'm having it up for the next 7 days. I feel terrible. I'm so sorry. I hope you guys join back on. But I'm going to continue on a little bit, even though I don't see anybody getting back on yet. I'm going to continue on so at least you can watch this later. There's somebody back. Yay, I'm glad somebody came back. So I'm just going to continue, and you guys hopefully will catch up and watch the rest of this later if you missed it. But the Pan-Away has peppermint, wintergreen, and a whole bunch of other things that are wonderful for inflammation. And it has, I was mentioning the child-proof cap is what it has on it, so we want to be careful. So you're going to open this up. So again, Pan-Away is good for any of your muscle and joint issue. Another really, kind of like that frankincense, one of the little bit more pricier oils sometimes that people think. So again, I'm so glad they put it in here because the truth is it is worth every cent in this oil. So, but a way that I like to make it last is I take it, and in something like this, I'm going to probably put about 30 drops of oil. And since I'm using 3 different oils, I'm going to do 10 drops each. So I'm going to do that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So there's 1. Then I'm going to take, oops, there's a special spot for that one. So the big, all right. And then, oh, stop falling on me. All right. Sorry. All right. Chris said I'm back, but I'm a bit darker. I don't know. But I had to move my phone for a second, so I readjusted the spot. Maybe it's just not quite in the right spot. I'm sorry. All right, so you have 10 drops of the Pan-Away in here. Then we have Copaiba. So what is Copaiba good for? Copaiba is like a frankincense. It really is. It's wonderful for overall wellness. It's great for inflammation as well. It's great to put in your if you drink Ninja Red, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, it's great to put a drop in there every day. But if you can get a drop of Copaiba in your body every day in some way, I would make an effort to do that. And look that one up as well. Google Copaiba, and you'll see all the great things, why it makes it so great. But the other reason why I like to use Copaiba, and it's probably the main reason why I like to use it, is that it's an amplifier oil. So what that means is that whatever oil you put it on top of, you layer it on top of, it's going to take that other oil and amplify it and drive it in deeper and drive it in faster. So it's a really great oil for doing that. So I've got 10 drops of Pan-Away in here. We're making a pain roller for anybody who's coming on. And then 10 drops of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So when you'll notice when you're starting to use your oils, some of them drop out faster than others. It's just the nature of the oil. Some of them are thicker than others, so that's how they're going to drop out. And then the last oil, and so how else, yeah, those ones I would use Copaiba. And then the last oil I put in there is peppermint. Oh, yay. 10 drops of Pan-Away, 10 drops of Copaiba, and then 10 drops of peppermint are going to go in here. And then we're going to top it off with a carrier oil. Peppermint is my favorite oil. My daughter actually at dinner today, something happened, like 3 different things. I'm like, oh, grab the peppermint. Oh, grab the peppermint. And she's like, Mom, do you need any other oil? And I was like, maybe thieves and lavender, but that pretty much covers it. So, anyways, peppermint. What can you do with your peppermint oil? Well, first off, I'm going to put it in here. You're going to use it topically. As I said, just like the Copaiba, peppermint also is good for inflammation, but it also is an amplifier oil as well. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Oops, drop it there. Okay. So this is one thing you can do with your peppermint oil. Just sniff it out of the bottle. That was one of the things my son was saying. He's studying right now, and he was falling asleep, and I said, just sniff the peppermint right out of the bottle. Peppermint just really wakes you up. I literally drive to work sniffing my peppermint. So that's one great thing you can do for it. We've talked about how you can use it for pain. It's great if you have a little bit of head tension. Now, I will admit, if you put it near your, up here, I do it without diluting, but I do recommend diluting it because the fumes are a little bit overwhelming sometimes. It might make your eyes water. But just know, even when that happens, it will go away pretty quickly. If you do, for some reason, get an oil in your eye though, or you get a little rash or anything, or you feel an oil getting hot, just grab a carrier oil right away and just put it on top, and really within 30 seconds to a minute, whatever's going on for you will definitely subside. So, and lots of people can attest to that. Just if anything, you got any irritation going on, slap some more carrier oil on, and that will help. Peppermint, back to peppermint, sorry. So what else can we do with our peppermint? You can use it for digestion. That's probably one of my big reasons I use it, so I will put it directly on my belly. So you can take one of these and just make one with just peppermint and coconut oil or whatever oil you like and have that for digestion. I'll also, when we talk about ingestion, I put it in my water if I have any kind of gas bubbles that I need to get up or any kind of heartburn, and fantastic for that. The other way I like to use it is I will take it and I will put a drop on my thumb and I'll just put it to the roof of my mouth, and it's like a natural breath freshener. Now, it's going to be like a wow, like you've just just had a peppermint patty, big huge peppermint patty. But again, that goes away pretty quickly, or just grab a drink of water. But it's I'm a big gum chewer, and it's really helped me cut down on the gum chewing, which was kind of killing my jaw. And I didn't like that sugar stuff anyways. So, peppermint. So now we're back to my pain. I'm jumping around just a little bit. Oh, wait, I'm jumping around one more time. One last thing I like to do with my peppermint is I put it in a spray bottle with water. And if you live here in Florida, great, take it to the beach, and it just kind of cools you down. If you're outside playing, the kids or anything, like another great way to have just to keep everybody nice and cool. And it also will keep the bugs away. And if you add purification to the peppermint, to the spray bottle, it'll even keep the bugs away better. All right, so now here I am back to my thing. We've got, for those of you who are just joining us, 10 Panaway, 10 Cobaiba, and 10 drops of peppermint oil in here so far. We're making a pain roller. So in here is a medicine dropper. You see, and here's a medicine dropper. And I have in here grapeseed oil, I believe. So I just go ahead and I just fill this up. I'm not going to do the whole thing right now for the save us some time, but it's all you do. Okay, so let's pretend I filled it all the way up. Then you just take your top, push it all the way in, and there you go. Roll it on your neck, whatever's bothering you. The peppermint and the wintergreen peppermint and the Panaway are cooling, so you will definitely feel like a cooling effect. Some people use BioFreeze. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit when you go ahead and do that. So a great roller to have on. One of my Pilates clients, I love to have it on for them if anybody has any aches and pains, so definitely a good one. And you can make rollers with really just about anything that you can think of. You can make a roller ball. All right, so I think that is it for topical. And I've kind of been touching on ingestion a little bit, but that's the third way you can use your oils. So the third way is you can drink your oils. Okay. So the important thing when you're talking about ingesting your oils is using glass, not plastic. And the reason for that is that the oils actually will pull the toxins from the plastic into your water. So you definitely don't want that. One of my friends says she used it in her Tervis and didn't wash it out right away, and it actually ruined her Tervis, so please nobody do that either. But stainless steel, also stainless steel. So stainless steel or glass are good choices when you're talking about ingesting your oils. I am not a big I'm not a big flavored water person, so the only time I shouldn't say that, but for the most part when I'm using oils in my water, it's again when I have that indigestion and I want to use the peppermint. But a lot of people like to use lemon in their water. A lot of people do that naturally. They'll squeeze some lemon in their water every day. There's a lot of great reasons why you want to do lemon in your water. Number one, it's a natural detoxifier, so it's a gentle, natural detoxifier, so it's a great way just to kind of cleanse your body throughout the day. It also is a nice, it helps you focus, so it kind of helps wake you up a little bit and focus a little bit. I'll take this and I'll put some drops in my shower and let it steam, or I'll put it in the diffuser. That also helps wake me up. But when you're talking about a size cup like this, I don't know what this is, maybe 8 ounces or so. Just go slow again. I would always start with 1 drop. If that doesn't feel like enough, then go 2. But sometimes once you get past 2 drops, you've overdone it. That is, again, in here, 75 lemons went into this tiny, I guess it would have gone into the bigger bottle. So a bottle like would have had 75 lemons. Nonetheless, there's still a lot of lemons in this oil right here in this size bottle. So less is more. You don't want to overdo it. And when you're cooking with your oils, another thing that you can do with your oils is cook with your oils. I'm going to do a class on that because I love to cook with my oils, but you have to be really careful. One drop of an oil can ruin a meal sometimes. But I do like to use the lemon. And I'll a lot of times add some spearmint or peppermint to it. But I'm going to do 2 drops. And a lot of times I like to put orange and lime in my smoothies. That's what I like to use in terms of the oils. I'm never a big lemon fan. I like lime and orange. But, oh, see, I didn't even do that. Pretend I got a spoon and I'm stirring up my water there because water and oil do not mix. So all the oil is just going to be sitting right on top. And if you go to drink it, that's like what you're going to get. So if you let that oil, let's say you're drinking for a while and you let it sit and then you go out and do something, you come back to take a drink, just remember just to kind of stir it up a little bit. Yeah, and that was perfect. I mean, that's actually really good. Yeah, maybe I'm going to start drinking some lemon water. I don't know, my whole life I've never been a flavored water person. That is delicious. Okay. So glass. The other way, I mentioned earlier, the roof of your mouth. So if you've got, again, I did for the breath freshener with the peppermint. A lot of times if people have a headache, they'll take either the thieves or the frankincense, and they'll do the same thing on the roof of their mouth or under their tongue. And then the other way that you can ingest your oils, and you guys, I keep telling all my weirdness stories, but I can't swallow pills really either. So I don't like to. Oh, I'm ready. All right. So, but you can actually do this, and a lot of people do this. It's a really convenient way to get your oils in. So you can just buy empty capsules, and then you can take an oil like Digees. So Digees is for digestion. That's what that stands for, your Digees oil. Digees has got things like ginger and fennel and anise in it. Some people really love the smell. I am not one of them. I will put this on topically on my feet to kind of avoid the smell, or I'll put it on my stomach and then I'll put the peppermint on top of it, not only to drive it in deeper, but to kill the smell a little. But you can take it, and another great way to do it is to put things in a capsule. So you just open up the capsule, and then something like this, again, we're going slow. So we're going to do anywhere from, 2 to 3 drops. I'm probably just going to do 2 drops. Let me do this. 1, 2. So can you see that? And then I'll take my carrier oil, which is in my dropper, and I'll just drop a couple drops in there, and I'll fill that up the rest of the way with a carrier oil. A little bit more. There we go. And then I'll put the cover back on. And now I've got a capsule. So how cool is that? So I think that is all the ways that you can use your oils. So hopefully you got the fact that you can use them topically, you can use them ingesting, you can use diffusing. I want to go through the rest of this kit though for you and what you've got in here. And I guess one thing I didn't say is you can also just take your oil, take this coconut oil itself and just put a drop in your hand, and then put a drop or 2 of an oil, and then you can just do it that way if you don't have a roller ball. That's an easy way to do it as well. A lot of us do that. I have in my, I always just have coconut oil in my bathroom, so I can always just kind of just reach my hands into the coconut oil and just do it that way. I got a little lazy along the way. All right, so we've gone over every single oil in this kit except for one of your 10 Everydays, and that is RC. RC stands for respiratory care. So this has got 3 different kinds of eucalyptus in it, and this is what's going to open up here. So if you've got any kind of cold, any kind of breathing issues going on, grab some coconut oil, grab some of the some drops in your hand, some of the RC, and rub it on your chest. If you're a runner, it's really good for putting it on. I like to do this before I go running. Helps, especially because here in Florida it's really humid, sometimes hard to breathe when I'm running. I like to put it on then. RC is a must in the diffuser when there's anybody who's ill in your house. The thieves in the RC, just a must if anybody's got any kind of breathing stuff. I've had a lot of people just swear by this oil in terms of just helping them. I never realized how many people actually had such difficulty breathing at night, and it prevented them from sleeping, and just using the RC really made a big difference. So that is what RC is. Definitely do not ingest your RC. All right, so those are those 10 oils. And I am got 20% of my battery, so we're going to get through the rest of this before that happens. Okay, so now we've kind of gone through the top half of this box. We've gone through what you got, the diffuser, you got those 10 oils. But if you look back here in the box, there is a bottom half to this box. Pretty cool, right? You got all these nice stuff. So if you didn't see that yet, make sure you see that. And in it, it has, the best, has Stress Away oil. Oh my goodness. Just go open up that Stress Away oil right now and smell. I'm feeling a little stressed with this time. 20% of my phone. Vanilla and lime, and it's got the copaiba, and so it's really good for stressing, right? If you're to calm your body, if you need to de-stress. But if you have any kind of tension, stress, headache, it's good for that as well. In terms of sleeping, a couple drops of the Stress Away, a couple drops of the lavender and that diffuser, and literally you will sleep through the night. It is just so awesome in that way. Definitely, you can also ingest this, even though this is not the Vitality, you can ingest your Stress Away. I've never done that, but it sounds like it'd probably be delicious. That's it. They also make a Young Living sells a Stress Away roll-on that comes pre-diluted in one of these things like this. You can make your own and have it on hand at all times. And if you're a crazy woman like me, it's a good idea to have your Stress Away on you at all times. But I wanted to show you this. So Young Living also gave you a roller top, and it works a little bit different than the roller ball that I showed you. The roller ball that I showed you, you just pushed it in and it closed. But this one is a little bit different. So I want to show you how to do it. So that's how you can take your bottle and actually turn your bottle into a roller. So you just can go ahead and they make little tools for this. You can pick it off. I just use the cover and pull out that plastic insert. Be very, very careful. Stick the roller top on top. Now you'll see I can pull it in and out. I can't push it in. What pushes it in is when you take the black cover, the other cover it comes with, do it nice and tight, and then open it up. And before you do anything, just check that it's in there. And now you've got, oh my lordy, yummy, yummy, yummy. Now you've got the Stress Away roll-on. To pop it back off, because let's say now you want to put the Stress Away into the diffuser, you just use the cover, pop it off, put that cover back on, and you might have to press the insert in, so just make sure that the insert's in real good. And you're good to go. So that, you've got a roller top right with you if you don't have a roller ball, and you can turn any of your oils into that. Although again, in terms of dilution, I would probably recommend Stress Away would be good for that, lavender would be good for that, your Pan Away would be good for that, because your Pan Away, I believe, is also pre-diluted. What else? I wouldn't do it with Thieves. Thieves I would definitely dilute. Yeah, those are probably the good ones I would start with. All right, what else does it come with? It comes with 2 of these Ninja Red packets, and you're thinking, what the heck are these? So this is actually a juice, and I'm going to show you, because this is the to-go version. These are the to-go packs, but it comes like this usually in this big, beautiful bottle, and this is Ninja Red juice, and it comes, as I said, you can purchase it in the bottles or in the to-go packs. And these are 2-ounce to-go packs. And there's actually 2 servings in here, although a lot of times people will do 2 ounces at one time. But you can actually separate this out. And what's inside here, number one, you want to stick it in the fridge. It's much, much better cold. But this is a high antioxidant juice. So this is really going to help keep your immune system going. It helps with energy. It helps actually boost your cardiovascular system. It helps with eye health. And for me, it's just an overall wellness and energy thing, quite honestly. It helps with my morning. I have one at about 4 o'clock. I have my other shot. They say 2 to 4 ounces a day, so I usually do an ounce in the morning and an ounce in the afternoon. And it just is a total pick-me-up in my afternoon. What's inside here is the Wolfberry, which is its main star. And I think we've already done one, but I'll probably do a whole entire thing on Ninja Red at some point. But it's got the Wolfberry, it's got plum, pomegranate, cherry, aronia berry, and blueberry. So if you know anything about berries and antioxidants, that's a whole lot of good stuff. But then it takes it one step better. It's also infused with 4 oils: lemon, orange, tangerine, and yuzu. And when you use an oil and you mix it into something like our supplement line or into the juices, it actually makes it what's called more bioavailable, meaning that it actually makes it more absorbable. It means your body uses it more readily. So things like supplements and so forth, most of the times you're just urinating all that away, all the good stuff away. It's not even getting absorbed into your body. But when you add the oils in, that helps to make it more bioavailable. So that's what this is the juice. Then it comes with here, I'm not going to open it up right now, but this is there's 10 different oils in here. There's sample packs. There's about 5 drops each to share with people. It comes with these sample drams. I'm not going to open these either, but there are these little drams like this here. Okay, you can share, or they're just used to take it to go. One of the girls in our group, Marisol, makes these really cute little pouches that fit these, and you can put, whatever oils you like and keep them on you, and you can have them to go all the time. And then the last thing they put in here are these little Love It Share. And again, this is if you want to share your oils. There's a little place you can pop out this little front. You take those vials, you put the bottom in one side, you put the oil in it, you have the top here, and it kind of helps keep it closed, and you can give it to somebody and share your oils. So that's pretty cool. All right, I want to wrap this up. That is kind of your oils. I haven't seen any questions, so if you have any after this, actually is going to be up for a week, or just ask in our regular oils group, and I'll answer. But a couple of quick things I do want to go over that I think is very important. In this group, there's a lot of people who are at least my age group, and my kids are older, so I don't talk as much, or we don't talk as much about kids. But I know there are a lot of people in this group who also do have young kids, and especially babies. So when you were talking about oils and babies, all the things I just told you kind of go out the window to some degree. In the sense that if we're talking about infants and babies, I'm not even going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to ask you to go get this book, Gentle Babies by Deborah Rayburn. And in here, for every kind of ailment, she tells you what oils, how to do them, how to dilute them, and so forth. But you can also research on your own. You can go onto Pinterest as a great source. On our oils 365. There's also our group called Go Diffuse. And if you're not a part of that group, you're a member of Young Living, I can have you added to that. And that's our bigger group of people, and there are a lot of young mommies in that group that do talk about using the oils in that way. So if you do have little ones, I would love to add you to that group because I know you'll get a lot of help from that. But if you have older kids, 5, 6, and then 8, 10, my kids are 12 and 16, maybe not my 16-year-old, but even my 12-year-old, I dilute everything for her, or I put them on their feet. Kids love the oils on their feet. At nighttime, you can have a whole massage, regime where you put some, lavender on, and you just some oil, and you massage their feet, and they'll go to sleep. I see a question, Millie. What are the best mixes for headaches and migraines? I'm a big fan. I like the Panaway and the peppermint, or I like the peppermint and the frankincense is another good one. What else do I like to use? I'm just thinking in terms of what you have in your kit. Those would be the ones I would think about. I would think Panaway, peppermint, and frankincense in terms of headache. And I think it's Sherry who's in this group. I'm pretty sure it's her, who likes to take, when that happens to her, just takes that frankincense and puts a drop on her thumb and sticks it to the roof of her mouth. And that helps with that as well. And migraines and headaches are things you got to fool around with. Stress away. That would be the other one, stress away, to try. So kind of play and see which ones work. I always go for the peppermint first. That's always my go-to for any kind of pain in any way or head. So start there. All right. So that was kids. The other thing is animals. You can use these on your pets. The one things you want to, and I recommend dogs. You don't have to worry quite as much as you do with cats. Cats are a lot more sensitive, and there's a lot more trouble with their liver metabolizing. So you do want to be a little more careful. And they make a whole reference guide just for dogs and cats. But you do want to make sure that they're in a room that they can get out of. So if you have something diffusing and you have a closed door, a cat in there, you want to make sure they can get away, they can escape. And if you're talking about putting, for the dog, if they have any kind of storms coming or they're very agitated, you can take the drop of the lavender. Ooh, Randy, if you're listening, listen to this. But you can take a drop of the lavender and put it on the dog's collar. And I would put it on the top part of their collar because, again, dogs' noses are very sensitive. You don't want to have it too close. But put it right up, behind their collar, and that's another way that the dogs can use it. And then the other thing I want you to know that you can do with your oils, and we'll do more classes on that, but is you can make your own cleaning products. So I touched on that a little bit with the thieves, but you can make soaps with these, shampoos, lotions. This girl this weekend, I watched her do this awesome body butter. You can make massage oils. You really can make laundry soap, the dish detergent. You can make just about anything from your oils. And if you are a do-it-yourselfer person, I highly recommend you learning about that because you can save so much money with these oils, and you can be literally getting rid of all of the chemicals in your house. So definitely look into that. And I'm just going to kind of wrap this up by just saying that I don't want you to think of your oils as something to go to only when something's wrong. Like, I know I'm talking about headaches and stomach aches and so forth, but really the oils are something that you should be using every day as part of your daily healthy living routine to stay above the wellness line so that you don't get sick. So thieves, every day, put that thieves on your feet or put it somewhere in your house. Keep well in that way. You know, the lavender, just a nice way to calm, the stress, and things like that. So just don't think of it as a go-to, like as a medicine cabinet. Yes, it can be used that way, but actually think about it as your preventative medicine cabinet. So diffuse every day, make a bunch of rollers, pick out some DIY projects. I'm on Oils 365. People have posted some. You can make your own diffuser necklaces. Just go ahead and buy some air-dry clay and stamp some cute little things into it and let it dry, and you've got yourself a diffuser necklace to take with you. And then the last thing is to tune into this Oils 365 group. Really, as we kind of gear this group up, we're going to be adding more and more things to it, more and more education, more and more fun things to it, interactive things. So get plugged in here. Again, if you are a member of my team, or the whole big team of Sensible Choices, our Oils 365, you can be a part of our Go Diffuse team. Also, I mentioned Google Scholar and PubMed.org for doing research. And then the other thing I wanted to mention, if you don't have one of these pocket references yet, the Essential Oils Pocket Reference, let me know, and they are $15. You can PayPal me, and I will actually, if you just got to give me some shipping. So if you want to PayPal me $18, I will get one of these out to you. They are like the Bible of your oils. It's like 400 pages about how to use every single oil, and going by ailments as well. If you have a friend who signs you up other than me, you can talk to them about giving you one of these, and if they don't have one, come talk to me and I'll make sure you get one. And if you don't have anybody that you know of, please get one. And I wanted just to show this. This is like the big version of that. So that one, as I said, is about $15, and this one, when we get it for our wholesale price, it was on sale recently, but I think it usually runs about $35, $39. Sometimes you can get a little bit cheaper. But this is really the bomb. I mean, this goes through everything that goes through and in way, way more detail. And if you are any kind of research nerd, you have one of these. But the truth is you can Google everything too, and I tend to do that a lot. I think I'm looking around here, making sure I covered everything I wanted to. I think I did. So I know this was a lot of information. I truly apologize for the break in the class as well. Hopefully you just kind of go back to this here and there. But now that you've got some general idea of how to start using your oils, go ahead and start using them and ask questions. Nobody gets this the first time or the second or the third. 2.5 years in, and I'm learning something new every day, a new use, a new fact about the oils. That's what's fun about this. So start with one or two. Everybody's always comfortable with lavender. Start with a couple, and then, add another one in, and just learn. Your catalog also is a great source of learning. So that's all I have for tonight. Thank you, everybody. Have a great evening, and I'll see you soon. Bye.